All right. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of Echo Chamber. Almost forgot that this thing existed for a while, but appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. It's been a bit. I forgot to do this last year and try and do it at the end of at least every raid tier in some shape or form, but I just got swept up with everything else going on, getting the videos done for y'all. So I hope you guys have been enjoying that. But today I have with me Jesse, Mark, and Keaton, our 2 healers and tank, and then me, the lowly DPS, just to talk about kind of how we felt about the last couple tiers, all the shenanigans, how we're feeling for the future, how optimistic we are, and all that good stuff. Just kind of like shoot the breeze, hang out, and all that stuff. So yeah, say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, how are you?
And everybody in chat, let me know if anything does not, if you can't hear. Let's see. Oh, the chats are a little weird on the screen. It's fine. We'll figure that out later. I'll just get rid of that one, and then YouTube would be its own thing. There we go. All right. So let's get this thing started. Since I didn't do it last tier, I'm just gonna be covering everything from first tier and the second tier here. So everything's on the table as far as like favorites. You can split it up however you want, but what's the general feeling been like for you guys? Literally any of you can talk.
Who talks first? You talk first, I talk first. Who talks
I'll do
first?
it.
Just figure it out amongst yourselves.
The tiers have been fantastic. I don't think I've had more fun rating ever. TBH.
Yeah, been pretty good.
That's good for you, Keaton, because I've been stealing your spot. Well, you graciously gave up your spot, which was an interesting kind of turn of events, because it was a little miscommunication between you, me, and Neil, where he, I think, backed out of his role to give me a spot, but then I think you and I had already kind of worked something out, and then he changed, and then we had to switch things up from there.
Yeah, because he decided to do melee instead, and I was like, okay, I'll just do this. But then Valley Garmonda happened, and I was like, I will continue tanking. Thank you.
That was a good set for like how the rest of the tier was going to be, or how the rest of the expansion was going to be. I would say every fight so far has been good. I think there are definitely things that like could be improved here and there, but for the most part, I'd say like combat-wise, I'm not going to talk about story. Everybody's done that ad nauseum already, but the fights have been so good.
Yeah, I have been seriously impressed with the work that they've been doing on these fights. Like,
same.
I don't think there's been a single one where I've said, yeah, this is a total stinker. I hate this fight with every fiber of my being. Every single one is at least like, oh, okay, it's fine. This is okay. I'm having fun.
There would be like bits and pieces that's annoying, but that's about it.
I think I'm the one here that goes without saying that I'm very opinionated about how I feel about 14 fight design for obvious reasons. But I don't think there's really like a bad fight out of anything we've gotten so far. Like even like all the extreme trials were fine. And every savage fight has basically been pretty good. It is definitely like a least favorite fight for sure for me, but I don't think I would call it bad.
Yeah, I think like as usual, and I see this as we're rating and also going through all the footage, is that there are moments when there are like mechanics or something where we're frustrated, we're trying to figure it out, and there's this heightened sense of, dude, this fight sucks. I hate this. This is dumb. Whoever did this. But then as soon as like we get into we clear it and we go into retrospect, we're like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. So I'm like editing all the videos, and then we get into the next fight, and then we were kind of at that same part. I'm just like, guys, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna feel better about this. Just it happens every time where it's just we hit this frustrating kind of wall, and then we just once we overcome it, it's
when the regression happens for me. It's like when we start to like get to the point where we need to prog, and it's like, okay, we're dying to insert dumb thing here, something that we haven't died to in a while or something. Drives me fucking crazy.
Spirals.
Yeah, the morale spiral.
Somebody will fix their little mistake, and then someone else will make the same fucking thing. It just brood over.
Everybody's taking turns of like, okay, one of us is gonna fucking break here in a second.
Yeah.
Someone's turn's gonna be next, and they're gonna fuck up the thing. It's just bound to happen.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there praying that it's going to be somebody else before it's me.
Same, every time.
Millennial decay.
Yeah. For real.
Thankfully, though, for Millennial Decay, and we'll get into like each fight here and there, but that one I felt better because everybody would come in and be like, "Oh, Millennial Decay, yeah, no, that happens." It's like, okay, it's not just us. It's everybody has this problem with this
Decay
particular
memes.
mechanic. Yeah, it's the Yag dolls.
Yeah.
For M8 there.
Yeah.
So-
I feel like
Things that I don't know.
I feel like where I usually struggle the most is actually blind prog, just because like I get really stressed and anxious when there's strat discussion. But usually once we've figured something out, like I feel so much more comfortable just because we start to settle into a rhythm. Like we still have our mistakes here and there. Like I'll have my mistakes plenty of times. I'll mess something up. But I'm immediately like, oh, shoot, sorry, that's my bad. All right, I know not to do that next time and move on.
And we try and do that too. It gets, you can definitely see a culture shift, and I'm not trying to like throw shade or something, but something like the Mount Farms that we're a part of, people will just like apologize and apologize and apologize and apologize. And it's like, we got it. It's done. It's over. Moved on. We're not bashing you over the head. And I know that there are other groups like that where they just want you groveling. You know, where they wanna they wanna take their frustration out on you, and it's just that's not the culture that we've developed. But I do want to, now that you bring up the strat stuff, we changed things this tier, partially on my recommendation, but it's something that people who have done, like who we've had in the groups that have cleared the fights before, have been like frustrated with us that we kind of just take so long to discuss things, but it's just been hard not knowing anything else. And then this tier or this expansion, we really tried to focus on let's start testing, not to, because I think our big hang up before was to get it right. We didn't want to waste people's time and inadvertently did that by, you know, discussing for too long. But now it's a matter
we've never sat there, talked in a circle for an hour of three people discussing the exact same idea in three different variations.
Yeah, or just like, no, that strat's not going to work because this and this won't work. And it's just like, now it's a matter of, which I encourage more people, more groups to do, is just get an idea out there and test a thing. See how it interacts, see how it works, so you actually understand how the mechanic is going, and you can kind of figure out the variations, what's good, what's bad, and all that stuff. Because if you're just trying to make it perfect the first time, you're going to waste a lot more time than just getting there, figuring it out, and then.
I think for most of this tier, we've been pretty good about like trying something. Like it doesn't matter really what it is, just try it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know I'm a big problem point for this. Of like, I immediately see a flaw in something, and I'm like, my brain just wants to shut it down. I'm just gonna call myself out right now on that. But it's one of those things when it's like an immediate, like I can tell this just isn't gonna work. I usually bring it up.
Yeah.
But or I guess the better thing is like I'll bring up the problem points of it. I'm still willing to try it, but I just want it to be made aware of like this is probably what it might happen. You know what I mean?
I think that's the better way
Like,
to approach it, though, and I think that's where I kind of come in, since you and I have been raiding for so long together. I'll just be like, okay, I'm acknowledging that, you know, we're not ignoring it, but we're gonna try it out and like keep that in mind, as well, so that we can like keep it moving without talking over people or like shutting folks down.
Yeah.
And that's
I try not to
something
do
I
it. It's just hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. That's something I appreciate, is having our ideas thrown about and then pointing out that what something could be wrong, so we all kind of pay attention to it. So we kind of just notice it as a group versus just one person seeing something and then being like, no, that ain't it. Let us figure it out, kind of deal. And I really like that.
I think another thing that helps, I've been trying to do this more. I've been trying to be more like self-conscious about this when we're talking about like a strat or something, or someone brings up something. I try to point out who came up with the idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like giving credit where credit is due type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes like Ryo will bring up something, Hans brings up something. Like pretty much anybody will bring up an idea, Like Kenny's come up with some stuff too. I think mostly for like 8 when we were trying to learn. I think I mean 8 or 7. I can't remember. But everybody has some idea of something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like the one offshoot idea that we might not think is the answer immediately might actually be the answer, which is typically what happens.
Oh, like in 5 when he commented about them being like echoes for the Proteans.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That for Kenny, like that specific. I was like, hot damn, that is it.
Yeah, and going through the footage, that's been something that I'm happy that a lot of the group does. There's very little ego involved in it, and I know that when we were having multiple people that have like done the fights before, it was always a matter of like whose strat from the group that's cleared before are we gonna go with, and there was a lot of like ego there, feelings hurt, angry, jealousy, whatever. But yeah, we share the glory with the
solutions,
with the ideas, yeah. So it's it also, you know, makes everybody feel seen, makes everybody, I hope anyway, and also just makes it so that it feels like we're contributing to the group, not like, oh, I need to like this person had an idea, now I have to have an idea, or I'm just, you know, skating by.
It's not a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, not to take credit away from the group itself, but I think that overall, Dawn Trail's Savage fights, the visual and mechanical language of these fights have been so much better and much easier to parse. It's been a lot less overwhelming, like debuff soup, and wow, there sure is a lot of things happening at once that are very, very hard to make sense of, and it appears to be only a single solution to this problem. Looking at you, what is it, P12?
Yeah.
A lot of Endwalker's fights had that problem.
Theory.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back there, please.
I would say, yeah, the biggest one that actually kind of dropped the ball on that would be 8, in my opinion. The first thing was the cleaves for me. The Eminent and Revolutionary, the cleaves after the fact. The cleaves themselves have like a little line going through the middle of them, which makes it seem like there's more of them. And they were just so wide and they looked so similar. It was that one, I was like, this is ridiculous. I cannot figure out how, because there was that one pull. There was one pull where we were trying buddies, just doing buddies. And because we just couldn't tell how many actual cones there were. So, and Keaton and I are buddied up, and everybody else gets hit except me and Keaton. And so then it was just like, okay, well, it's not a supports thing, and it's not a buddy. So, because she didn't have, but because it was also aggro based. It wasn't just the tanks. They needed to have aggro. She wasn't second in aggro at the time.
I was
So
not.
it just, that threw me off so bad because it just didn't look right. Visually, it was
cleaves
very,
looked almost identical.
Yeah, and the way that they were kind of divided up. And then the second one was how they handled multi-stacks, with one not doing enumerations. That was a joke. It's like, if only there was a way to enumerate the number of people required in a stack, but instead they just did it where this stack just killed you if you didn't have the required number of people in it.
I feel like we're kind of skipping ahead, by the way.
Oh,
to
yeah,
8
yeah.
Right now, but
Yeah. But
not to cut the tangent, but
yeah, that for me that was just like, I think that's the only example though. Only examples where, or maybe it's just because it's more recently, where I was just like, they could have done a little bit better. To quote Jesse, it feels like everybody through each fight has a different, or there's a different team on each fight.
It's a different team for every fight, and they don't talk to each other. Yeah.
It feels
drives me
so real.
fucking crazy. It drives me insane.
Yeah. So
I'll acknowledge that more later when we get to 8 and a couple other things, but
Yeah, I think this is just like, we've talked about it in the past, this pivot away from like the challenge being in solving the mechanics and more in executing the mechanics. Dancing Green is a fantastic example of that, where it's all very, very simple and very straightforward, but the execution is just tight, right?
Yeah.
it's super punishing if you fuck up, yeah.
It's allowed every role, I think, to thrive. The DPS have a check, the healers have a lot to heal through, and the tanks, for the most part, have quite a bit of positioning now, which is good. You know, you don't just have the off tank sitting, hello, fellow DPS, you know, in the back. So I've liked that. so far. And I think most of the fights have done that. So I'm gonna use that to segue into the next little note that I have here for how is everybody handling their roles during for both tiers. I don't think we've changed.
We haven't.
No.
So how you doing on tank, Keaton?
I have absolutely loved it, actually. Because I had originally started out raiding on tank, and I absolutely hated it, to be perfectly honest with you. But my groups weren't very great back then. But I've had hand-holding this entire time, and it's been lovely. Kenny has been the best off-tank ever. Literally ever.
Once he's got his picture to go off of, I'm sure he's great.
And as long as he's not had an edible before raiding.
When he did that, I was taking aggro constantly, like, what is going on? And then the DM he sent me, I'm in space right now. And I'm just like, Kenny.
Is that Andromeda?
I was crying. It was so funny.
Oh, that's so funny.
And just so you guys know, when we're talking about any other member, they have access to this Discord. They can jump in whenever they want to defend themselves. But everybody is in line of fire at this point. Everybody is aware what we're doing. But yeah.
I also haven't felt left out as an off tank either, which has been really nice.
I think there's been a lot of like really smart like coordination of cooldowns. Like there's not been a case of, this one person holds the boss the entire time because there's no real need to swap. It's no. This person has cooldowns to use.
Speaking of cooldowns, I really like I'm using this, and yes. How about you, Keaton? Dude, the silence was palpable. I really want you to stop talking about this, and I'll get back to you in the next 2 to 3 business days.
That was for 4. During the...
So fucking funny. So funny.
I think that's where tank helper button came
great
from.
When you know, it's great when you know your healer knows more what the tanks are doing than the tanks themselves.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
I will say that the first tier, up until 4, kind of, maybe a little bit of 3, I didn't feel like I was doing too much. Like, the first fight and the second fight as off tank, I didn't do too much outside of just supporting Kenny, basically, which was fine.
Yeah, you didn't have much to do in the first 4 fights, I don't think, or for the first tier.
Yeah, even in the 4th fight. The only thing I had to do was swap once or twice, and that was literally it. But this tier has been more demanding on the off tank, specifically 6, obviously, which has been fantastic. I loved having something that I could fucking do.
Nice.
That was really, really good.
Get hit by a truck.
Not just
How about
one.
2 trucks,
2
or
trucks.
perhaps a 3rd.
Oh no, oh god. When I had 3 at one point because we didn't kill the first Yan fast enough. They cheated me up.
A 3rd Yan.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They cheated me up and spit me out with the quickness.
Just imagine
But
2
they're so
Yans
cute.
holding Keaton's arms. The 3rd one comes out, it just squares up,
Just
ram her
right
in the stomach.
gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold her still.
I already can't walk away. I'm not going anywhere, please.
And then every time you die, the Yans would go rogue and just pick some poor sap to one shot.
Yeah.
Usually, it was
Usually
the
the
healer that
healer.
was pinned down by the Jabberwock.
Yeah.
That was so great. But yeah, this tier required more off-tank stuff, which was really fun for me. But the first 4 fights didn't really. But again, to me, the first 4 fights were relatively easy. We did literally 1 week, almost all of them. So
Yeah. We
for the 4th one,
we
we
zoomed.
struggled a little bit, but
They were
that
still
was
fun.
because they were
Yeah.
so good. No, they were super fun. I had a literal blast for all of them.
I guess you have an interesting perspective, Jesse, because you started off with us as a tank and then switched on and off to healer. So That's like part of the reason why you're so well versed in like bringing up the old logs and just be like, I think what you meant to say, Mr. Tank, is that you have this and this, or you
The bit you're looking for is this, and this.
Yeah, you ripped into recon. It was so freaking funny. He died, and you just like hit your cooldowns? Question mark or forehead?
Oh, you're self-healing.
You're self healing. He's like, with what? And you just
You mean
listed
this
off like
and
four,
that and this
four
and
different
that.
abilities. No mitt, no bitches. So yeah, you've got you're well versed.
I know a thing or two about tanking, I think.
A little bit. I was super nervous. I will be so honest, going on Paladin because Jesse, you played Paladin a lot. It was Paladin and Dark Knight, and I was so nervous. I was like, I'm gonna suck. It's gonna be awful.
You watching your every fucking move, like a fucking vulture.
Oh my god! So I was like, these are the buttons. These are the right buttons. I'm pushing the right buttons.
It also
except for those fruit communications.
It helps because your tanking buddy in the trenches was Corey for a long time, so.
I taught that guy how to tank.
Yeah, I just imagine.
Oh, did
like,
you now?
The actual, yeah,
You sure did.
The you going through the like literal trenches, but with Corey at your side, it's like, oh hey Jesse, look, I found a grenade, hot potato.
Thanks, man.
Fucking Kenny tossing something at me. I don't remember which fight it was. He goes, "Here, hold this," and I was like, "What do you mean, hold this?" And I just explode.
Yeah.
I mean, I played Paladin Dark Knight a lot back when I was tanking, and I did main Gunbreaker for early part of Shadowbringers, and even cleared T on content with it. But mostly Paladin for like a very long time.
Yeah.
That's what most of your art is in.
Yeah.
I'm real nervous.
A lot of it too is like, because with, I know we've been talking about tanking stuff for a while too, but even like healer things, it's important for me to know what you're doing and like what you guys are aware of, like what you're using, because like that's a lot of the time why during most fights I'm just saying, do you need help from us? Because we can help you. We have the tools to do so if you need it. You know what I mean? Like you have you have help. We have buttons for you.
A lot of the times it's, especially at like the beginning and stuff like that, I will be, and I know Kenichi will be testing how much we can get away with not using.
It's absolutely limit testing, because I used to do the same thing. It's like, okay, can I live this with just one cooldown? Can I?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. I'm gonna save this for later.
Yep.
'Cause it's a lot of it's timing. You can get away with a lot of stuff too if you do it really early and clip it at the very end and things like that.
It's really, really good.
But with a lot of that, you just kind of have to know timings of fights, and that just comes with learning. You just have to keep testing shit.
Yep. How about you, Mark? How's healing been?
I am having the time of my life on Sage. This expansion, dude. This is my first time ever doing shield healing. Like seriously, I think the last time I did shield healing was for like one reclear of A12S way back in Heavensward. And I basically never turned back. But playing Sage for these fights has been amazing, especially this latest tier. Like I feel like as a shield healer, I am doing so much work. It is kind of insane. The last tier, you know, I felt like I was doing stuff for sure, but this tier especially, it felt like the mitt checks were actually present and I actually had to give a damn.
Oh yeah.
It's been really, really fun. I've missed that was something I enjoyed. I did White Mage for T on content, and that was awesome because I felt like I was using my entire kit. And there's just not been anything since then where I really felt like I needed my whole kit. But pretty much this entire expansion has been doing a pretty good job of encouraging me to use almost my entire kit. There's a few fights here and there where it's like, all right, philosophy is kind of sitting around not doing a whole lot, but
there's a lot of weird fight timing stuff too, though. But
yeah,
that's how I feel healing for extreme trials. It's just
you don't need half your kit for that shit. Are you
I
kidding
know.
me?
I'm
You
just
do
like
not need it.
like, where can I use some extra stuff here just for funsies?
Yeah.
Because
That was what sparked. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, there's one or two instances. There's one instance in the newest Extreme Trial with Necron where, spoiler, sorry, where like one Lily Bell and then one Wings, and that's it. So, and I was just like, there's nothing else for me to do on White Mage. All I do is just heal people, just AoE heal and glare. That's about it. And then it freaks me out. Sorry, just sorry. I'll let you go.
It's okay.
The last thing is that I can't react very well to people dying out of nowhere because I'm like, oh shit, I gotta wake up. I'm not used to hitting my buttons other than glare. So yeah, easy to fall asleep on those. Go ahead.
Yeah. And that kind of what you just described, like, was kind of what sparked me and Jesse's bold claim at the very start of the tier that we're gonna let regens do everything for us. That was what he and I were discussing in DMs. Was, man, this last tier was like, it was fun. I felt like I used most of my kit, but the kit mostly did all the work for us. So can we keep that up this tier? Can we like have no GCD heals? And no, we could not at all. Holy cow, especially 7. Bloody hell. Oh man.
I'm gonna rant when we get to 7, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. I have lots to say about it too.
The
7 and 8 sounded stressful for y'all. I'll be so honest.
The thing too with like shield healing, because I played Nocturnal back in the day too, and a little bit of Scholar, but that mindset of proactive versus reactive healing is like so fun to me. I love the like pre-planning of everything. That's why I love Astro so much. There's a lot of weird timing stuff with it. But healing the last 2 tiers has been very fun. Like there's a lot of really cool like healer check mechanics, like especially in because we didn't talk about the first tier at all really, but the heal check mechanic in Honeybee at the end and in 7 where you have people removing their debuffs at specific times, and like I'm in charge of telling you when to go because I know when we're gonna live or not. You know what I mean? Like I love mechanics like that because both of us are fully responsible for if anybody in here dies during a mechanic like that. So if I'm telling you to go, you need to fucking go. Like there's all of this is strict timing, things that we both planned out for healing things, and I really love mechanics like that.
Yeah.
I don't think we really got anything like that this tier that I am remembering
there's a
right
bit
now.
of one in 8 during the ad phase. There's a bit of something there, but
kinda, but that one's not as bad. That one's just kind of like everybody just lives the hit anyway, and then you just kind of heal after that. There's not like a timing thing to it like 2 and 3 had.
Yeah, aside from getting the vulns, you needing to take the stuff, blow them up, wait for the vulns to fall off, and
I mean that was more like you had to go quickly type of thing, but the healing of it was just kind of whatever after a point.
You with 5 are in and outs and whatnot.
In and out
with
thing.
the Proteans with the echoes and stuff.
yeah.
Go in and dodge, the counting and everything else.
I just threw a regen on.
That's more so like a general call out thing, though. It's not really like a heal mechanic because everybody only gets hit once.
Yeah.
There's no real control over what's happening there.
That's true.
Yeah, I just popped.
Similar idea
Persistent
though.
Kara.
Yeah.
It's similar, not quite the same.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of that. More things like Fuse Field, please. That was
so
really cool. That was
I
fun.
love that mechanic.
I liked it when you guys got comfy with it, and we were just like watching him sit there for like 30 seconds because we
we got
fast.
through it so fast. He's just fucking sitting there doing nothing.
I'm sorry, Fuse Field, you mean the getting it off of my property?
Yes.
That's my fuse now.
The colonization.
Yeah.
That was wild.
It's because early on it was so stressful trying to figure out the timing of everything that I needed I need to just sit here and look at people's health bar thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I just need to sit somewhere and not look at anything else. That's why I kept stealing Kenny's spot.
If it makes sense, but man, it was hilarious.
It was good times.
Yeah.
So it sounds like everybody's having fun. For me, I was having fun actually, like learning how to optimize my DPS, and I know I put somebody actually gave me crap for the in 7 because when I have you cover me for
Yeah.
the uptime.
Oh no, fuck that, dude. Are you kidding me? That's like the best way to get
I'm sorry.
uptime.
Yeah. So
Why
and
are
they're
they
just like,
giving you crap?
oh,
for
they were
it?
just like, I would never do that for my DPS. They can suffer with their uptime or whatever. I'm like, then you're
I'm
just
sorry.
kind of a jerk. Like,
He
Dude, it's
hits
so
harder
free.
than I do. He hits harder than I do. I will support that. Excuse the shit out of me.
I was just like, the only time it like got tense with it was just because I was specifically thinking, okay, this is as far as I can get while making the most of having cover. I'm max melee. I'm getting my uptime, and then it's still like clapped the crap out of you. I'm like, I tried. I really tried to not.
There was only that one time though. That was
And
there was something
that's what
weird
frustrated
with
me
that.
because I was like,
Yeah, no,
not just
same.
you. I
I
was
was
just like,
like-
I don't know what else to do. I'm trying. Like, I actually really tried this time.
I was even further back than usual, so I took less damage because I noticed that first hit hurt me more. And I mitigate and everything like that. And I'm just like, why? Ow, please help me.
Yeah.
We love exponential damage gain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of
Like
brings.
cover strats are fucking awesome. Like they're a really good way of like cheesing things too. If you
I
know
enjoyed
you
it
can get away with certain
because-
things.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed saving y'all sometimes. I enjoyed covering Dragon towards the end for 7. It gave me something to do with my fucking kit that
Yeah,
I
because
needed
when else are you
to
going to
do.
use it?
Right.
And it's just
it's
like-
great for a little cover, quick save you button, but I don't know. I enjoyed actually having a purpose for it.
It just
People
shows.
sleep
was
on how
nice.
good cover is.
Yeah, they just don't. They've stopped letting, or they don't let people
stopped letting
abuse
us
it.
use it for cheese because
Yeah.
it's really easy to break things with it. But it's just one of those things that they've kind of moved away from that
Yeah,
part of Paladin's kit, which is kind of sad. But
but it's just the fight.
it's still very good.
The fights required so much from us as DPS, so and uptime mattered, and people really don't realize. Like, yeah, my uptime, but it really matters having the auto attack damage. People don't realize how much auto attack damage contributes. And then when I was really a stickler for that one specifically because that's when Riddle of Wind came up, and it increases most of the damage comes from my auto attack damage, or my auto attacks coming out faster. So then I'm like, I need that, and so then it's like the team's able to work together to make the most of it. It just shows how spoiled the community has been with stuff because it's like I wouldn't let my DPS. I don't care about their uptime. I'm like, well, you haven't had to worry about it so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a weird thing. I was like, I'm not stopping. You're not gonna shame me out of it. It's we actually have to figure out the best ways to maintain uptime and optimize.
I don't understand why anyone would be like, that's a stupid thing to do. That is literally my freaking job. Please let me do it. Get over yourself. If you can't do that for your DPS, that's a you problem, my guy.
DPS die.
I would like to clear this fight, and if me covering my heavy hitting DPS does that, I will do it every time without fail. I got to the point where I would always make sure to cover Mark at certain situations because he needed to live. Hello.
Yeah.
Raya in certain parts because he was so far away sometimes. I was clicked ready to go for cover for 7 specifically, always.
Yeah.
But it's just no, don't shame somebody for using their kit. Hello.
It was just the weirdest thing. I'm like, how spoiled are you? Like, my DPS. Like, sorry that you don't want to be a team player. My
Well, I
bad
think-
that we like each other.
Right?
I think something that a lot of people surprisingly don't realize is that a lot of the stuff in your kit is designed around giving you and everyone else opportunities to do more damage. Like I think of
Right.
healers especially. And our regen ticks and making sure we're constantly keeping for Sage, for example, constantly keeping Physis and Kara up at convenient times. I mean, it's a 30-second cooldown for Kara. I'm putting that shit up as much as I can because that is more regen, meaning I get to spam Dosis more. I don't need to cast any GCD heals because it's taking care of us. That's more free damage. That's what your cooldowns are for.
Yeah, exactly. I was impressed by you guys. In spite of its enumeration issues for the first phase, and there was one instance when Keaton died, and you guys just kept putting blankets on Kenny. Just blanket and blanket and blanket. we
for
got
the
you.
tank
He's like,
buster
yeah,
thing?
Yeah.
surrounding
Oh, yeah.
him with pillows.
You're
And
talking like probably Kenny hitting the kitchen sink at that point, and then any extra healer mit. He's probably upwards of like, I would even wager 70% mit, probably even with the multiplicative amount. And then like half of his HP bar is a shield, and he's got 300k HP. So
Hey, with fishing.
yeah.
Yeah, and you got some really good crits in there. I hated dying right before that. I hated it so much, and it was always with the revolutionary one because it's so awkward because I'll base it off of placement of the markers and everybody else. I'm like, okay, I can step a little bit closer, and of course, never could. I would have like a tiny bit of my foot in the damn AOE, and it would just knock me out. I'm like, damn it,
Yeah.
damn it.
It seems like we've all had good times. Had a good time on our respective roles, but would anybody like to change, experiment for the final tier?
What if I went DPS? What if?
I've been wanting to heal.
AO?
I've been
AO?
like, I don't know if I'll do a good job, but I've been like bored out of my mind doing extremes. I'm like, I would like to use my kit for once.
No, like for real though, because you healed our ultimates.
I did
You
heal
do
ultimates,
heal
yeah.
things. Yeah. I don't see that ever being a problem. Honestly. I can stay on tank while everyone else adjusts. I don't fucking mind. Because I enjoy it.
I'm quite comfy on Sage. I feel like okay, I grew up in this game with White Mage. Like day one, Realm Reborn, I was a White Mage 10 years ago. But now with Dawn Trail, I think my new love is shield healing, or at least on Sage. I should
Yes,
clarify.
good, yes.
I
remember you
think
telling me you were worried about playing Sage when you
Yeah,
started
I
playing it.
remember
I was
and
scared of
like, "You're
getting
gonna love it, trust
overwhelmed."
me."
I was very scared of getting overwhelmed, but now I think I'm married to it. Like, I'm kind of in love, and I think I'm just going to commit for the rest of the expansion at the very least. Keep playing Sage. I will. If you leave me, I will miss you, Jesse, but I hope you have fun on DPS.
07 fellow healer.
Yeah.
I
Doctor.
would probably, I would be
Yeah.
fine playing healer because every fight so far has been pretty much fine with it. It's been pretty fun being a healer this time around. I do miss Nocturnal desperately every day of my fucking life.
Same.
But Astro's still been very fun for healing. I was very surprised how much I played White Mage at this tier 2, but that was also still pretty fun. And if you had told old Jesse like 10 years ago that he'd be playing White Mage for a whole tier or most of a tier, he would have laughed in your fucking face. If I did go DPS next tier, if you wanted to swap, because that opens a melee spot, but I just saw Neil posted in, I think, your chat
Yeah.
saying
Raises the
Viper weapon
Viper.
again.
Mm.
I would play whatever. I wouldn't really care. I have a DPS of every role that I would probably want to play or at least try.
Do you have a preferred DPS?
I mean, again, it depends on the role. If you're talking melee, it's probably like Reaper or Monk. If it's range, Fizz range, it's probably Machinist. If it's caster, it's probably Red Mage or Black Mage.
That's right. The only other
Okay.
time I've seen you on a DPS is Monk when we were in.
That's what I started the game
T8.
as.
I'm sitting here like, I've never seen you on DPS. I've only ever seen you heal.
I
I've
literally
heard
started the game as a monk.
whispers.
Yeah.
I've heard the whispers.
We-
I'm sure
I
YouTube.
only went tank because our tank for our group at the time and Coil quit, and we needed a
I believe
tank.
it.
I was just like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I met you after that.
Yeah,
So-
that would have been a little bit after that.
But because I was trying to gear up my monk, but that's the tier that I was switching jobs every fight, and so I was on ninja for T8, and you're just like, haha, Drak, I'm gonna take the monk weapon, or I'm gonna take the monk
Yeah, the
piece.
ring or whatever the
The
fuck
ring,
dropped.
yeah, whatever that tier.
And then I was
or
sitting there
fight
getting my fucking face slammed in by Brainjack. Oh my god.
All right, Brainjack, why do you have Berserk on?
And Fist of Earth, Featherfoot. I'm crying, please help me.
It's so
No.
funny. Such
I
a
think
good one.
YouTube would love to see you on Monk, mostly for the expense of the normal,
Normal
monk
monk
damage
damage.
jokes
Yeah.
getting turned around.
Ah, the table is turned. I don't know, because like Monk is very cool right now. I don't know if I really would want to play. I've done it for another tier as well. I did it in the final tier of Omega with my Aether group. And that was really fun. But if I was going to play Melee, it would probably be Reaper. I love Reaper.
How do you? Sorry, a little side tangent here. How do you feel about like Reaper getting nothing really new? Because I noticed that when I was leveling it up, it just basically upgraded everything.
Kit did not change too much. I think their new animations for their, I forget what it's called, the Gibbet and Gallows. Those look really cool. I think Perfectio looks cool, but it's just kind of there. I fucking hate the extra OGCD I have to do during the Enshroud. It drives me it drives me insane. I hate it, but it's still kind of cool looking. But yeah, that was always been my favorite Melee after I did it for the first tier in the last expansion. I really like Reaper.
All right. Also, chat, no. Oops, I accidentally petrified Jesse. Other way around. Jesse accidentally petrified us.
I would never do such a thing in my entire life.
Well, why can't
There's
I
no footage
move?
of that, so it never happened.
That's true. I
Well,
did not have my recording at that point.
I still
Lucky.
have the badge, unfortunately, from P8, so I think he's off the hook for now.
What did you do? Yeah.
Yeah. Look away. Hits everyone.
I think I did that too. I can't.
Solar
say
flare!
anything. Solar flare! Everybody's just me profusely. I'm sorry. That was me. I did that. That'd be neat. Make Hans play range. Hans has to stay on Dragoon. He's never
could
been
fathom
anything else.
I don't think I could fathom Hans being anything other than Dragoon and maybe White Mage. I've seen him heal before,
White
but
Mage.
He is healed, but he's not allowed. He's the one. He's not allowed to take off. I mean, he is a Moogle, so there's nothing to take off. But the glam is required, and his. I think Scribble at this point also requires it, so to watch him fall off the edge.
Yes.
She
Good.
does take great pleasure in that.
A flying Moogle.
But I'll start talks in the chat for who wants to shift around if anybody, because yeah, I'm down to try healing out just because it's I want to feel something, and I'm sure this last tier is gonna make me feel something.
if it's anything like this tier, you're gonna fucking feel something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
You can always just tank. You can definitely feel it in your
You
face.
don't want me to tank. I zone out way
don't.
too easily.
No, don't worry. I genuinely do not want you to tank. Don't worry.
There's just so many instances of like, you think you get yelled at a lot for not turning on your stance. I always forgot every single time. Killed so many people at the start of fights. And
I need it to just on the record, and I am so sorry. One of the wipes we had just recently on Tuesday, I did not put my stance on, and that is why everyone else died.
Or what?
Yesterday when we were clearing aim.
What pool?
The first one, I think.
I don't
Where we
remember what we
died.
died to.
It was the Protean, the tank one. I forgot to hit stance at the beginning.
Oh,
We died to a Protean one?
Yeah, y'all did.
I do not remember that.
That's great.
repressed it.
But you did.
That's surprising. I wouldn't have noticed that, but I don't know.
Well, I was closer to y'all too, and I was like, yeah, but I was
Sure,
like, I
they
don't want
thought
to
I was
talk
too
about
close
this.
and not this other thing that definitely didn't
I was like,
happen.
I don't want to bring it up, so I'm just not gonna.
I think for next year, like I'll probably sit on my pages by the time we're done to see what everyone thinks they're gonna do.
mm-hmm.
Same.
And if I ended up swapping, I'm gonna probably take the weapon and then probably start grinding out like tomes again for gear to be ready for the next tier. But we still have a very fucking long time till that happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to going back in once the weekly restrictions are lifted, just to like grind out a few pieces for everybody.
If we had a
they
bunch
need
of
it.
stuff, a bunch of people swapped over, probably that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
We are also getting more crafted gear, probably, and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
but-
God bless Taru.
Oh, one thing that
Yeah.
I lament about this
Right,
game is
sorry.
that crafted gear is immediately better than the old raid gear,
Yep.
except for the weapon. Even the
Yep.
weapon sometimes too.
And boy, did we need it this tier. Holy
Boy,
cow.
we sure did.
I just wish raid gear lasted longer than a tier.
Yeah.
Went to the next one a little bit. Some sort of reward for doing it.
We
but
cleared the tier. What do we do with the gear now? Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have fun in that
Right
dungeon
down
that
the
we item level
road.
capped.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
So
unfortunate.
frustrating.
It's just like really you only raid for the experience because the gear is just like, all right, it's for the last fight, and then you get the weapon, and then it's outdated almost immediately. But who knows?
For what it's worth, Drak, I would be happy to heal alongside you next tier. I enjoyed it in Uwu, so that was a good time.
I
Handshake.
didn't. Actually, hold on. Let me bring it back right quick.
Put
Maybe
rescue on your bar, Drak.
No. Well, I'll be on. Well, that's if I'm on tape.
Street Fighter.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
See, in the extreme trials, Keaton, it just didn't matter if you died because
It didn't.
so I could just have fun, like, oh, what's this button do? Yoink you over. Oh, that's a new interesting way. Make sure you don't do that, kids.
I mean, like, if you ended up going healer, I mean, obviously, like, I could help you both with the healer cooldown stuff if you need. You know what I mean? Like, the knowledge is there still. It's not like I leave healer and all information leaves my mind.
Yeah.
So, White Mage also has a lot of really nice, just general throughput. You don't have a lot of like OGCD stuff to deal with things, but
Burst.
yeah, lilies are so nice.
Yeah.
So fucking nice.
I was not killing myself via Ifrit.
Playing ping pong with you was a great time, though. Just
Yes. Okay, now go back.
Also, you're gonna get to hear it in the M8 video. My gasp when you rescued me that one time, Jesse.
Oh yes, I just saw
you
that.
yanked me, and I was just like, and you're just like, oh, I got no reaction. I'm like, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I don't even remember what it was
that
for.
would be great.
Ugh.
It's like, trust me, there is a steaming pile in my pants.
I've gotten really good at timing it to where it looks like you're about to get hit by a thing. You won't.
You
I
definitely
know
are.
it's not gonna kill you.
I was just like,
When you
no.
Would you rescue me with tank busters? I tense up so bad. So bad every time.
Just
I was a little less chaotic this tier. Last tier I was doing a lot of rescuing into shit, but this tier I kind of had to
We
chill
couldn't act
out.
a little silly this time.
Yeah, it was,
couldn't.
A little too hard.
we had to stay focused.
Fine, you could. I did get away with a couple little sneaky killing of Mark, especially because he stood too close for that tank buster at the beginning.
Yeah, in M5 I remember.
Yep. Had a
I got
great time.
blasted.
Did we want to start talking about each fight now? I know we're
yeah,
approaching the hour mark.
yeah, let's start with the least favorite. Let's get the rants out of the way here. Jesse, you've got the floor.
Hold on. Hold on, I came prepared.
Oh no! Oh boy!
What do we want to talk about?
You seem to be opinionated about 7.
I have feelings toward it, yeah.
Yeah, is that changed at all with because the changes didn't happen to healer range?
That did happen. It did solve my problem that I had with 7. The if it wasn't obvious at the end of our clear, I may have been a little bit upset with that fight as Astro for varying reasons. Mostly, holy fuck, what were they thinking with the healing ranges? Please, God, what are you talking about? That fight, for the record, is sick. I think 7's a really cool fight. The pacing, especially for the second tier, third floor, it's so good by comparison to what we've gotten in the past.
Right.
It's very fast paced. It's very. I don't think I ever fell asleep at all during that fight. It was like very quickly something's happening. And it plays with the idea of different arena sizes a little bit, right? Like we get the second platform, it's kind of this like weird, like elongated, like rectangle, right? And that's cool. I think it's fine. The problem with 7 as Astro at the time when we were doing it and like doing our strat for it, right, with the second platform, is I literally cannot fucking AoE heal during that part. It was impossible. There was no way. With Astro healing ranges, most of them being around like 15 yards, there's just no way, no shot I can fucking hit anybody with anything. And it's the reason why, at least with the strat we were doing initially, it was the reason why we had Mark at the far northern tower, right? Like the one that was on the short end. Every time, was because it basically guaranteed no matter what Mark used, he would hit everybody. Because his ranges were better than mine at the time. So what we would do, I don't remember exactly what I used to do for cooldowns there. I think it might have been like neutral sect into like sun sign and kind of just pray that it was enough shielding and regens initially to get through the phase mostly. I don't remember if I had Earthly Star at the time or not, but just not being able to like Helios or aspected Helios in the middle of that and hit anybody with it was just abysmal. And it was the same problem in the final phase with the other tether mechanic, right, where we had to all split off. Even before we split and when I would call people to stay closer for healing, I just wouldn't hit half the fucking party. Like, it just, the arena is just too big.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem of like, the arenas like need to stay the same or a set size. They already solved it by increasing the ranges, which was what the recent patch happened, where it was me complaining about I need this, and this to all be larger ranges, and they fixed this, and that. they fixed all of the main gripes that I had. Mostly.
It was a weird design choice because it would make more sense if they leaned into Time Mage kind of a thing where it's more Earthly Star, Macrocosmos stuff where. Actually, I don't know if what the range on Macrocosmos was.
It was 15.
But, jeez. Just the...
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think it was 20, actually, for macro. But even then, it's still not big enough.
It would have been cooler if... Didn't Gaia do something like this where you just, like, set... If you were able to, like, target somebody and set the AoE, like, kind of Cure 3, how you're able to target somebody. If you're able to, like, put it on somebody and then it counts down to, like, 15, AoE. And then it went off. That would make more sense. And then having either a card or a cooldown to... increase that time so you could go away from the party, do the mechanic, and then when stuff went off,
that's,
you know what I mean,
kind of what Horoscope's job is ish. But the problem with that, and the reason why like the healer range change now is like better and it makes that fight feel better, is like with Macrocosmos and like Horoscope, you typically want to proc it yourself, right? Like I want it to go off when I want it to go off, not when, just to let the timer run out.
Right,
typically.
yeah.
But if I Macrocosmos before we split, or if I Horoscope before we split, if you're still too far away from me, I can't proc it on you. It's just going to run out of time.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, me hitting the button just doesn't get rid of it. And the reason it was so frustrating for me was because with Astro's kit compared to like White Mage's AoE was Medica 3 is 20 yards. Lily's were 20 yards, but Medica 1 was 15. Astro's Helios abilities were all 15. Macrocosmos was 20. Horoscope was 20, but the moves to proc Horoscope were 15, which is still a problem because Horoscope's now 30 and all the Helioses are 20, which is fine, but not fine.
Yeah.
It's fine because it's easier to proc now, and then it's nicer now because the 30-yard range lets me auto-proc it from people across the arena, right? Like I can actually activate it now when people are farther away from me.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, like, eventually, like, after we killed 7, I was just like, I'm not touching this on Astro ever again until it changes. And then they finally did.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so many other things that they could do thematically for Astro, like the Alexander thing with timing. There's like an alternate version of you, and that's the one that like puts your spells off. Or you make a constellation, and then the spell travels through each point and then explodes on the last part. But they didn't. And so it's just like, you get less range. Why?
Yeah, it's like this weird thing. Like most of them are now generalized after the recent patch. and that's fine. And like, I'm also a person that I really don't like the classes being homogenized, but that's like the one thing I really want them to be consistent with, please.
Yeah.
Because like healing ranges just feels fucking bad, man. Like,
well, if they're going to take it away, they need a
before-
solution, you know, and you didn't have a solution. That's the thing.
it's the same thing for when we were progging 8 and I was on Astro still, like the ad phase when we're split in half, right? I can't heal the other party with AoEs before the patch change. Like, you're just not going to do it. And it's fine because obviously the other party's going to have a healer too, but it's still like, it's just easier to deal with when I can fucking hit everybody with an AoE. You know what I mean? Like, it just drives me insane.
Kenny says, just get closer, forehead.
Get him in here. Get him in here.
Breaking his neck, dragging him in.
Like, it's much nicer now, and it's like the reason why, like, even if I stayed a healer for the next tier, I would be fine with it.
Yeah.
Because like now the healer ranges just feel better. Everything like intuitively fits. Like, if you want a visualization, by the way, of the difference in the healing range, go put Asylum down next to Earthly Star on top of each other.
Yeah.
You will know the exact distance that I'm talking about, and it makes a huge difference in your ability to heal people properly and efficiently. Because I brought up my complaint with this on like Twitter a little bit, and some people were like, oh, it seems like it would be fun to try to do something a little different instead of just hitting an AoE button. It's like, no, it's just not intuitive. It doesn't feel good to do.
Yeah.
When you're trying to heal multiple people very quickly for the next thing. It's not efficient, and it doesn't fucking feel good.
Yeah. That's been something I've been asking for them to do for a lot of like job stuff, is just you need to make it feel good. It doesn't matter how many buttons you're pressing. It doesn't matter like what the stuff is. It just needs to feel good to actually do. And that's like a whole bunch of, from the hit effects to actually doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. And to clarify again, it's not a problem of 7's design. Like, the fight design in 7 is great. I think it's a great fight. It's a problem of they just didn't make healer ranges consistent across the board. That made it really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Then it's just like, you've got this class that you want to prog on, and then it just doesn't work. It's kind of how I felt with Monk and Necron. Like, I couldn't save my 2s because I'm supposed to hit fast and hard, but not like the big hits really. So then I'm like, I can't use my 2s, or I'm supposed to hold my 2s, but then Hans comes out of orbit and nukes them in like 2 hits. I'm like, I need at least 5.
Yeah, the ad phase starts. Hans is like, oh, it's dead. What do you mean it's dead?
And then even on Samurai, I'm doing my Setsugeka, and he's just like, I'm gone. I'm like breaking my sword in half. Like, what's the point? Am I here? Auto crits
Double
my
Dragoon,
butt.
baby.
That was so
dude.
funny though.
This made me so mad.
So Jesse,
that's my 7 rant.
On that note, what were your thoughts on old Cure 3 when it was really small?
I didn't play White Mage back then, so I don't have an opinion.
Okay, fair enough.
The 5 yard, I think it was 5 yards. I think
it was really tiny. Yeah, but it was
that's
targeted.
still like it's not horrible. Like 5 yards is bad. Don't get me wrong. Compared to what we have now, I think it's 8 right now.
Yeah.
The thing though is like I think it's also still targeted, isn't it?
Yes, it is still targeted.
That's the thing, is that you could target it.
That would have also solved my problem. Like, if I could target people with Helios or something, that would have been sick. Like, that would have not been an issue at all. But like 5 yard Cure 3 is problematic if you can't really stack well. 8 yards gives you a lot more leniency, but typically if you're Cure 3ing, most people are already on top of you. But I guess it depends on the fight. But I didn't play back then.
Yeah,
for White Mage.
I mean, White Mage's thing is regen for the most part anyway. So Medica 3 typically does what I want it to do, I'll like start precasting it. So as soon as the AoE in question comes out, people get hit with the initial heal and then start healing up over time.
Yeah,
which means by the time that they're taking more damage, they're healed up for the most part. But Cure 3 is just like pure, just spam heal, and then you put Confession on top of that.
That's literally how we survived the 8 stack with one less person, was Cure 3 spamming, because it would crit for like fucking 90k with all the buffs that we had on.
Good. It feels so like so many big green numbers popping up, and then you put Confession on top of it.
That's literally why I liked doing White Mage for 8, because it was nice for the ad phase, because Lilies would always hit across. So I just anytime when someone would start the like explosion thing, right, with the shapes, I would just lily in between all of them and everyone would be fine.
Yeah.
There's no real like thought involved. It was very intuitive. It felt like I could prep the lilies for the afflatus in the next 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like it worked in its kit.
I have loved
fine.
White Mage for the past 2 expansions. It is such a fun healer.
Yeah.
I like Scholar
That's
as
why
well.
I was very surprised about it.
Yeah. Scholar, I like having making the shields as big as possible so that you don't take any damage.
The only thing I like kind of wish White Mage had more, it doesn't need it, but like Astro just has so many like OGCD answers for shit. Like fucking Collective is so good on a minute cooldown. Earthly Star is busted. Like you can cheese stuff with Horoscope, kinda save an extra GCD with it. And White Mage doesn't really have that. It just kind of has throughput with your lilies and Medica and all that. So like if we need like extra mit for something, I don't really have anything outside of Temperance, but that's every 2 minutes. So
right, you're talking about off globals. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of instant cast. Go ahead, Keaton.
Yeah, that was something that bothered me with it. Is if you died on White Mage, you were kind of fucked.
Oh yeah,
If
losing
you
your
don't have your
lily
lily-
sucks ass.
It does, and like it just sucks. It hurts.
I mean, on
It
both,
hurts so
he's either losing his cards or losing the
Dude,
the
You
lily.
can
have-
recover.
You
recover a little
no,
bit on Astro.
no, you fucking can't. If it's on a bad timing, are you shitting me? Oh my god. If we get a bad timing and I die with my fucking cards, I literally want to just log out. Like, there's no reason to continue.
You're just the little Pepe meme when he's on the floor and his cards are.
Yeah, my cards are all spilled on the fucking floor.
Boss just
I feel-
towering over you.
I personally feel I can recover better on Astro than I can on White Mage, though. That's just a personal thing for me.
I don't like Astro. I haven't played the max level of it yet. I'm still working on it, but I'm gonna try and give it a shot this time. I've left it unleveled for the past 3 expansions, just because
It's
in
definitely
Stormblood
different now.
it bothered me so much. I hated it. It's still in my what do you call it? Your gear set as Astrologian, and that hasn't changed in the past 4 years. So
Astrologian.
yeah.
Trollgen.
How about you and you, Keaton and Mark? How are you feeling on your least favorite fights?
That's a really tough one because I kind of like all of them. This is so hard.
It is actually because
Is there one that we
So, I
bullied
think-
you particularly badly on that maybe?
I'm ignoring you.
Just trying to help.
Fuck you specifically. If we're gonna talk about fights, I think that the first fight, Black Cat, it was fun, but it felt so much like a normal fight. It was really boring. It was so boring to me. It was good, like for the first few clears and stuff, but I was like, all right, I'd like to just be done here because it just wasn't entertaining.
Yeah, I can get that. We had a lot more to do as DPS and like positioning stuff, but then you were
Yeah.
just basically with us, so you were just another DPS.
I literally just most of the time I just stood with Kenny. I didn't do fucking anything with that fight. I popped cooldowns every now and then, and that was it. We did a tank swap, and then he immediately took it back.
Yeah.
For me as a tank, that fight was just it was boring.
What?
Kenny in my chat, that fight had twisted my balls off. What do you mean by that, Kenny?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
I have something else about least favorite fights, by the way, when Keaton and Mark are done. I'm just going to bring that up now. But
Neil, I'll have what he's having.
I did like M2, technically. I didn't like the B punch. I wanted to throw myself into the wall every time.
Why did you voice act
I
for
did-
it then?
Yeah.
No,
Come on, Keaton, weren't you having a good time?
I had her in Japanese for the most part because I couldn't take it. I couldn't. I regret not having her for English during our normals because y'all were talking about it and I had no fucking idea.
What a shame.
But 3 was good. I loved 4. I think out of those, it was my favorite, and I kind of think it's still my favorite, actually. 5, nothing bothered me about 5. 6 was good. 6 is my favorite fight. 7 was fine. I liked 6 because it gave me something to do.
Yeah.
7, lots going on. And once we figured it out, it was nice. I got frustrated a little bit here and there though. 8 was just 8 is I do enjoy 8.
I was gonna say there might be a little bit of bias for that one, I think.
A lot. I have a permit.
I thought it was funny how fast you were just like...
Permit or restraining order?
Keaton went from, let me tank him please, to, never mind, I just want to look.
I did. But also, it was because I got used to being the off tank, and it was comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's fair.
Yeah.
You said you had something, Jesse?
Oh, was Mark done?
Yeah, I haven't talked about my least favorite yet.
They haven't had their turn yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be a great deal of recency bias here, and I say this as nicely as possible. I think least favorite's got to go to 8.
Correct.
Just because, like, okay, so I think it's mostly just because 8 is suffering from a lot of my least favorite problems that a lot of fights in this game suffer from, and that is the server tick issue.
Yeah.
That is.
Do I need to get the clip? Do I need to get it?
Oh my gosh.
That is my biggest gripe, and that was why I despised the last tier of Pandemonium so much, particularly P12, because it just felt like there was so many wipes and so many problems that were just completely out of my control. Like, I couldn't do anything about them. We were just toast. I don't explicitly hate 8-man checks. I raid Ultimate. I love Ultimate. But man, some of the 8-man checks feel so arbitrary at times. Like, we talked about the stacks that should have been enumerations. Why do we need to have an 8-man check for that, or at least a 4-man check for that? Why is that necessary there? And that kind of drives me up the wall. Not to mention, I don't know if anyone else felt this, but that wall for the first phase felt particularly aggressive compared to other death walls. It seemed to catch people a lot more than other death walls we've encountered.
Oh, especially with the knockbacks after the Millennial Decay.
Yeah.
Also, Kenny and I's placement for the Revolutionary thing, for 8 specifically, he and I both sometimes would adjust to the AoE itself and just tip our toe into the fucking wall accidentally.
Yeah, I don't like the way that they did that fight, specifically because of the first phase anyway, because there was no indicator on the map, on the ground of where
that was
you
weird.
were. So, and the AoE marker was very like quick. So you couldn't really like adjust. There's argument to be made, like, you know, just find your spot or figure it out based on where he is, but it would have been nicer to be like, all right, I'm going to look at this spot and this is where I go, because that's kind of what we're used to, but we just had so many issues with you guys getting flung off the edge or just dipping your toes in the no juice.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a strange fight to me. Like, to be clear, I do not hate that fight. I do not dislike that fight. I actually really enjoy a lot of the stuff it makes me do. I know we were panicking the majority of the time we were progging, but that multi-stack, I loved that shit. Those things hit like a truck, but man, they really encouraged
That shit hurted.
They really encouraged me and Jesse like carefully plan out our cooldowns for that, and I felt like I was getting very good usage out of my kit for a lot of that fight. It's just that if I have to choose one that's my least favorite, it's a competition between either M1 or M8, and I think I've got to give it to M8 as my least favorite. On the note of my favorite, though, this might be a controversial opinion, but I actually really liked 7. That was an amazing fight to shield heal.
Die.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Perish.
I'll elaborate on that later, but
Yeah. I thought that was a really, really fun fight to shield heal because I felt like I was doing so much work there. Like this entire tier felt that way, but that one in particular, it felt like the mitigation check was higher than and more consistent than all the other ones. Like M8, we've got just like every like couple minutes. Oh yeah, you need to do a hella mit check. Okay, and it's usually combined with the heal check at the same time. Whereas 7, it felt like very consistently I was like, okay, I have to put this hard casted shield back up. I really need to keep these shields up, or someone, probably Raya or myself, is going to die without veil. So I actually quite liked that because, again, I felt like I got to use my kit and like I needed to properly plan what I was going to do. A lot of people don't like having to use GCD heals, but I think that that's just a good sign that it's very well tuned. Like that it's not necessarily that you have to use GCD heals, but if the majority of people need to use GCD heals, I think that's a good sign.
That's fair.
All right, I'm done.
anyway, to clarify, 7 is not my least favorite fight. That was my least favorite experience to heal as Astro for it at the time when we were doing it, but I think the fight itself was fun. Mm-hmm. My least favorite fight is 8, for sure. Mm-hmm. Like, no question. Even you guys talk about 1, like 1 being boring. It is probably a boring fight, and the DPS check was laughable, but I think that fight was very interesting with the breaking the arena thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was very cool for a first fight.
Absolutely.
For 8... I said this in my tweet after we fucking cleared how I felt about all the fights. I feel like 8's a fucking wet fart by comparison to every other fucking fight in this tier. I think it is just nothing. It's just kind of a nothing burger. Like, the heal check thing is cool. Yeah, the heal checks are cool. I really like the stack mechanic thing. Like, there's a lot of, especially in this entire tier, the last tier as well, there's a lot of really good macrocosmos moments in this expansion so far, and it's like great value out of something like that. But like mechanically, 8 really doesn't do anything really.
Yeah, it's the tether.
Also, the cutscene's just kind of there and gets old after a while.
Oh, it always
Shiva
does.
problem again.
I'm so curious
like,
why they
we
decided
literally
to go back.
had 4, which was the perfect phase transition mechanic where you are still hitting the boss and doing something while the boss is transforming. It's sick. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's like I fucking love it. It's so good. And even like a fight like Titan, where the phase transition doesn't take you out of the moment, right? Like you're still playing your character. You're not just like, oh, I'm just sitting here waiting for the cutscene to play, you know. It doesn't take you out of the moment, and you still have like that pressure to like keep pushing the boss, you know, like as much as you can before the phase really changes. But 8 is just, it's so weird because the first phase DPS check is like not quite as bad as 7, but it's still really hard for some reason. And then the second phase is just nothing. Like, we killed him when we had like 3 people dead for like a minute and still killed it.
I wonder if it's because
Yeah.
we got
And then-
lucky with like uptime RNG, but he trades.
I guess it's the other issue too of I will say, I will compliment it on this one thing of it. They tried something different with the arena style again, which I appreciate. I will accept that as like they tried.
Yeah.
And I think that the as annoying as the teleporters are when they don't fucking work half the time, I still think it was neat that they tried something new. They tried to think outside the box a little bit, and it's still an issue of the whole healer range thing because people are too far away. I cannot fucking reach you if you're on another platform. Like there's just no way. The other thing was what Mark talked about and what we joked about earlier, where the stack thing was like an enumeration, even though it's not shown that it is, which is stupid. Yeah. There's so many 8-man checks in the final phase for like no fucking reason that shouldn't be there, which is laughable when if somebody is dead, you still get the buddy tether mechanic. Why? Why are you still going to give that to somebody when you cannot recover from that? Like,
Yeah.
there's like no reason to do it. It's the same. It's the thing we said earlier of like every fight feels like it's made by a different team. They don't talk to each other. Like, they're not consistent about certain things. And like 8 really doesn't do anything new for me that we haven't seen before in some capacity. It's just fast for the first phase. And then the second phase is just kind of like, okay, he did this. Okay, he did that. Okay, the tether thing's happening. Okay, now he do big spinny thing. Now he do thing again. Now he do other buddy tether, and then he's dead. Like, there's no...
Yeah.
It doesn't feel flashy, I guess.
Yeah.
There's no meat to it.
I think
There's no meat to
I think the best part about it was in phase 2. Just, I really liked the tether mechanics. As wonky as the teleporters were, I still thought that they were like
I thought they were both cool. Like, I thought the dropping the puddle behind you thing was neat. Like the way we solved the mechanic. Like, that was the thing Kenny found out. I think that was what I was thinking of earlier that Kenny solved. And the positioning of it, the movement of it, learning that was very fun. And even like the solving the tether, like triple tower thing, that was kind of fun to solve.
Yeah, I like
but
that.
It's still not quite it for me, I guess, is the problem. And it's the reason why it's my least favorite. My favorite fight is fucking 6, and it's not even close.
Right?
Yeah,
I agree.
6 is so fucking good. Like, it's such a good fight. It's probably one of the best fights we have had in like forever, and I would put it up there with like T8 for me. Like, it's so good. I fucking love T8. It's like the best fight they've ever made ever. It's not close.
What was
But
T8?
T8 was Avatar. It was the one where you could have people push towers to speed up certain mechanics, and you could choose what order you wanted them to be in. And it had the thing with
no idea.
it is awesome. It was in Second Coil. It's incredible fight. If you ever go like look up a video of it, it's sick. I love it.
I might have to because it sounds.
But
neat.
with six, it was the first time we've seen an ad fight in God knows how long, probably since A2, where it was hard. It was really fucking hard.
Yeah, to the point where we're gaslighting ourselves into like, there's no way.
It's something that I was going to bring up earlier when we were talking about like mechanic solving and things like that. It's something that we've kind of gotten a little bit better with too, is like trying not to push the limits of like, just if we're struggling with it, just fucking look it up. You know what I mean? Like we've done enough. We've struggled enough. Just get it over with. And that was the point where one of the points where I looked up something and it was just like 2 things needed to change and we had it. Like we basically had all of the solutions, just not all together.
I think Raya was
learning
the closest to that one. Where he called it, I was like, I think this is just, we need to optimize our DPS and it's done.
Yeah,
he was just like, we just need to push it. But even I was like, we're missing something, right? Like, there's no way we're missing this much damage just from a little optimization, but we were.
And also gearing like really kind of helped the buffering of things a little bit too, with like healing and damage and pushing through the limits of what we were capable of doing at the time. And even if we ignore the ad phase, like mechanically, because it feels so different by comparison to what we usually deal with, the desert part and the river part of that fight are still cool. They're really fucking cool parts of that fight. The permadot during the desert is sick for healer stuff. I love stuff like that. It's a really fun healer check. The movement of the cactus thing when we solved the thing of like running along the wall made it really easy to deal with.
Yeah.
The river mechanic is really cool because it kind of messes with the arena design, and then you have the lava part where like you fly across the whole arena and stuff to deal with the mechanics.
I didn't like that just because I'm so bad with pointing in the right direction.
Controller moment.
Yeah.
I literally just stop pressing buttons and I'm like, this is I'm going.
I always think I'm facing the right way and I'm not. I'm just
sad.
Also, I'm saying this again. The Yans are not that bad. I fucking hate that cat.
Yeah, I was actually just
that fucking cat that I hate. I fucking hate that thing.
We were doing treasure maps and there's a gold one. It jumps around. It'd be like, oh, Jesse's gonna be pissed once he hears about this.
Fucking stupid ass cat. I fucking hate that thing.
I actually do have something to like comment on about the cat that kind of drove me up the wall. Like, yeah, obviously he's jumping around and he's annoying as fuck. But what really kind of confused me was that he had these like specific debuffs and this mechanic of, this debuff counting up, and then it wouldn't count up if someone got hit by him. And I was like,
it was really
this
weird
is
and like misleading.
Misdirection. Yeah, there was some really bad misdirection there that I get the idea of like trying something new and seeing like you know if you can introduce a wrench in the plan, but it was a little bit too much of a misdirection because I'm so used to these really puzzle heavy mechanics where everything has a reason to be there. It's like what do they call it? Chekhov's gun, right? Like
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people like that watch just the YouTube videos and stuff don't really understand this. I don't think you are aware of how many fucking things we tried to deal with that ad phase. We tried so many things, like so many things, before we finally either looked up a little bit of things or like kind of just came to the conclusion of what needed to happen of just getting fucking good. Like,
and I put in quite a few of our like theories just to show people that we tried a lot of stuff, and even then I cut out a lot.
Yeah, but you still kept I will admit you did keep the meat of it in there.
There was a lot of the main ones that we tried of like not. I think that one of them is in there is like not killing the first Yan and
standing
some other
with the
weird,
cat.
Some other weird stuff sitting with the cat.
Like
that was one that I thought
it.
was going to be a thing.
Yeah, you don't want us to touch it, see if hitting it would trigger anything, and then I'm just like watching it. I'm like, wow, it really just didn't have any interaction. Or we just barely missed the fact that the squirrel just turned a little bit and shot something at the end, and that's what gave it the damage up. We're just trying to like figure out how all these pieces are working and what they're supposed to accomplish.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was when y'all had decided that Kenny was going to work with the Yan at the very beginning, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea, and he just got steamrolled by everything.
It's easier for him to be on the boss with the Muse because his AoE potential and healing is stupid.
No, absolutely, but the first thing is he was given the Yan with the boss, and I was I was supposed to be taking the rest of the ads, and
Brother's
I was like, I don't know.
taking 120k back shots every auto attack.
Dr. Doolittle looking at. He just smiles in chat.
It's so funny. It's so funny too because like another thing that I want to bring up for like our strat with the ads too, that people might not be aware of because this was very fun to deal with. I would see Neil talking about the mantas in chat. The way we do the mantas for me and Neil is I instantly target mine with my dot, and we pray to God that his AoE from his 2-minute is not going to hit it. Like that's basically the strat is I have to be as fast as humanly possible to hit it before Neil pulls mine. Like
you play server tick roulette.
There's no way. Like I had to be on top of it every time, no matter what.
Yeah, it's tight. Yeah, that was
a cool fight.
That was a close, like it was a really close matchup for me between M6 and M7 for like what would be my favorite too. M6 is fan-fucking-tastic. It really does take me back to like the Coil and Alexander days because like
T4 baby.
Yeah, exactly. And
I
like,
fucking love T4.
For those who aren't aware, that was not the last fight. It used to go up to 5.
Yes.
Wait, really?
We don't talk about T3. Don't bring that up.
No, T3 doesn't exist. But at risk of going on a bit of a tangent here, something that I really miss from like the Coil days. Here I go. Something I really miss
Grandpa.
Something I really miss is the amount of control that a lot of those fights put in the raid team's hands. I think of T2 and, like you said, T8, Jesse, where you decided what you were going to deal with and when. Yep. I thought that was so fucking cool. I love mechanics where it puts the ball in the player's court and says, all right, what do you want to deal with and in what order? I know nowadays it's a little harder to do that because the game is so huge and obviously there's going to be like the be-all end-all meta direction to go. But it's really cool for blind prog. It's just really fun trying to figure that out because it feels like you've got a bunch of options and you're trying to assemble a puzzle that doesn't necessarily have a single solution. There's a best solution, yes, but there's a number of different ways to complete it. Do you deal with Allegan Rot now or later? Right?
Their design philosophy has changed so much. since then, and I'd personally like that. I liked having options like T2, you know, people complaining
I love 10
about
minute strat.
yeah, just sitting there, and the fact that they were just like, oh no, that was creative. You know, if you want to take 10 minutes to do it just to avoid this mechanic, then by all means. And that was fun. I think I actually healed for that.
For context for Keaton and anybody that might not know, for T2, there was a strat where you could literally wait 10 minutes for the boss to harden rage, and you would just heal through the harden rage to kill the boss.
Well, soft and rage.
Yeah,
Because
it was
you
just
kept
I think it
doing
was
damage.
stacking damage up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just AoE.
But I don't think they could do that until like the next tier, though. I don't think that was viable until later. I think on content, it didn't quite. You couldn't quite get away with it.
I still think you could, because I'm pretty sure I did that before second.
I didn't
Coil
play
came out.
back then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I really wanted that caster piece, and that's the only way we could get it. That was the coolest caster set.
I think I can try to elaborate how T8 worked quickly for Keaton as well, if you want to hear it. Because I think there was 4 towers on every cardinal wall, right? I think, and I think it was like 3 mechanics at a time would activate the towers. You would have a person walk into it to activate it. You would set the order and the timing of it. It's like 3 stages or so, I think, per tower, and you could like speed it up as much as you wanted. I think 2 of them were AoEs. One of them was an ad spawn, and one of them was a bomb.
Yeah, there was I think
remember.
2 raid-wide ones. One was a dreadnought, and another was
I forget what the fourth.
I forget
one
what
was.
the 4th one was too. Yeah.
But then you also had to deal with Allegan Field, which was the if somebody takes damage thing, the debuff would like explode on everybody for like multiple stacks of the damage or whatever. It was something insane. So you had to have the person hide in the corner.
Man, describing
then
that fight today.
Brain jack.
Yeah.
Where your tank would literally get mind controlled and melee the closest person, and you had to have the person stand underneath the boss to get meleeed so the boss wouldn't turn around for positionals.
and cleave everyone.
What are you talking? Sorry, I had to take my headset off. What are you talking about?
I was trying to explain 8 for you and you weren't even here.
I said I would be right back.
What the fuck?
Mark was going on his tangent about coils.
That's
and I
it.
was
Watch the
like,
VOD later. I'm not going over it again.
It's kind of crazy just describing 8 because like it sounds like it's from a different game.
Yeah, it's
that's
so
why I was
weird.
like, hang on.
I mean, that's part of it where Ninja just come out. Perfect dodge was a thing. And when it had the mine go into the ground, that's why I went on Ninja that whole time. So I could hit perfect dodge, walk on top of the mine.
That's what it was. It was
and
mines. That was the
completely-
4th tower.
I could completely dodge the damage.
Yep.
Really?
So I just
We love perfect dodge.
Oh, dude, it was I miss that so.
It was a
much.
guaranteed dodge on any physical move.
Anything.
And you know the thing in UCOB where Nail lands on the main tank? I
Yeah.
could stand next to you with perfect dodge on. It wouldn't hit me.
Yeah.
It was sick.
I would mess with
It was
people
so cool.
when Nail did her dives, and I'd put on perfect dodge and then stack on somebody. So because it would hit the other person. I was born like this.
That's so cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was a good time. Right now they're just their design philosophy is around 2-minute windows, and everything is very strictly coordinated, and everything's the exact same.
We
with,
need
like,
another
one
echo
variation.
chamber with just the old men talking about
Yeah.
fucking ARR and Heaven's Word for Keaton to learn things.
Yeah.
Slow
get a
down,
lot
young
of
lady. We're gonna tell
I get
you
a
a
lot,
story.
Y'all brought up Rafflesia, and I'm like, what is that? What do you
Super
mean?
slug.
Oh god.
I'm sitting here like, I didn't start
Hmm.
rating until, I'm sorry, I didn't even start playing until almost 5.3. So I'm
So,
just like,
so sad I wasn't recording back then because there were so many moments. It was so. Yeah, I had like 2 or 3 years on
Second
the game.
Coil truly was an experience.
Yeah. Back when raids had trash pulls, the
Yep.
difficult raids had trash pulls.
Mhm.
I'm so mixed on that. On one hand, it is a bit of a time waster, but it felt really epic running through
here's the
T1.
thing. Trash pulls are such a waste of fucking time, and I stand by that. But at least within like WoW's context, it like because the raid's all in one place, right? Typically, it's all like one interconnected area within the world somewhere. With 14's design, especially with like trash back then, it was still kind of like it contextually explained how you got to the next fight, right? A little bit because like Second Coil was like you it's before you even get into like the Bahamut part or whatever. I forget exactly what, but you're like outside fighting Rafflesia, then you get inside and you're like working your way through, and you make it to Melusine, and then it kind of led you along and like let you see like, oh, all these things are actually connected, and like, oh, all these fights are like all in one actual place, kind of, even though it was all still separated by instances. But now it's like, okay, we spawn in, here is square. Okay, we spawn in, here is a circle. Just, there's no real like contextual place that you're at. You're just kind of there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind mini bosses coming back every now and then. I miss ADS from T1.
Oh.
Faust, yes.
Faust.
They were just fun. I liked having little extra things to getting in your way of the main boss.
Gatekeeping.
I love people telling me ADS was a door boss. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. It's not the same.
No, it's a mini boss. Just it was, but that's also when things were more like building your team was important because you wanted to have silences to take care of the
silence.
You know,
Spirits.
Yeah, Paladin had Spirits Within, which was your. I think it's, what is it now?
I forget the name.
I forget what they call it now. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. But
the one that restores your mana, right?
Yeah, that used to be a silence, an interrupt that Paladin had back in the day. Yeah. It was only Paladin that had that.
Oh, interesting.
So
it's
Paladin and Bard.
It's not Sepulchre. It's
Paladin and Bard.
It's Expiation.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah. So that one.
Expiation.
Yeah, somebody said. Yeah. Expiation.
That's
whatever.
the thing in the combo.
Yeah, it's a part of the combo.
No, it's not the combo. It's not the no. It's still an OGCD 30-second thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, basically they still had fight design back then where
hold on, I'm sending a picture.
Mattered.
I love pictures. Thank you. Look, y'all tease with Kenny about them, and I'm just sitting here like, these pictures saved me.
So
yeah.
ADS basically would do. Man, I'm blanking on this. It's been a long time since what was the name of the cast?
Wasn't it paralysis when it went off?
It was a paralysis.
Yeah, it was a paralysis.
I don't remember the name of the cast though, but
it was something that the cast would go off, and if it was just raid wide, or like you'd have to be super far away, so anybody close would get paralysis. High voltage, thank you, emptiness.
Yes,
it was high voltage. Shut up, Reed. Memory loss is a sign of old age.
I don't like that at all. Don't.
What are we talking about?
It's by high voltage. Just that you had to like make a comp. So the mini boss had a mechanic. It wasn't a huge mechanic. It was just like a DPS check, and then making sure that okay, Bard gets the first one. Okay, now Paladin gets the second silence. Then the Bards will be back up again. So you just had to. And then having to... Oh, yeah, you could stun... Could you stun Caduceus in the first? That's crazy.
Maybe?
I believe you could.
I don't remember.
No, it was prior to Caduceus. Stun the node. Right, yeah. So, I don't know, it's just... There were mechanics that you had to do that weren't just stand on square, dodge this thing.
This was also back when classes had, like, debuffs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like inch
piercing
down and strength down and piercing resistance down and other weird stuff.
Yeah.
I stand by it. I would not have played this game back then.
But it was so cool.
It was really cool.
I loved being on Monk and having Dragon Kick do blunt damage up or blunt resistance down and being the only class that ever benefited from it.
The legend of the triple monk comps.
Keaton, how do you feel about not being able to block magic damage? That sounds fun, right?
Ask Harshafon.
Oh, gosh.
Damn, Mark!
Sorry, it was too easy.
To be fair, so was he.
Oh! Damn.
Kenny, that guy got
It's
owned.
funny because he's dead.
Oh, man. All right.
Well, memory lane, am I right?
Yeah, it was a good time. Anything else before we wrap things up here? Anything that you want to mention? Maybe favorite moments or favorite bits? I did record the entire climb bit, so that's going to be in.
Yes.
Oh, when I climb and I'm calling out the
Everything
things
is
with everything with climb.
Millennial
Yeah.
climb.
millennial climb. Climbs first.
Check your
I
climb.
don't know if there's anything we really missed about the tier really that we didn't want to or boards. Hold on. I don't think there's anything we missed that we were going to talk about. You know what I mean? I think we covered most of the stuff that we wanted to really bring up.
Yeah, and as far as like the first raid series or the first tier, I didn't like M4 on Black Mage. There was a lot of moving. A lot of it was random.
Oh yeah, you were on caster.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
you literally took my spot. That's right.
I forgot about that.
But aside from that, everything like I've liked all these fights. They're getting more creative with like tank buster stuff. And yeah, some more variety would be nice. I can't wait for the day that they decide to add third variation to something, because it's always this or it's that. Which one is it? React accordingly. But as soon as they do this, that, or maybe that.
Yeah, they
we're
quit it with
gonna implode.
Valagarmanda, but they kind of just committed to it's this one first every time, and then the other two are.
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean
Random.
like Chaos or like Guardian, where are you talking about like the rotation of mechanics is different every time?
Yeah, well, so like
Or-
if you for M8, say you have Eminent and Revolutionary, but if you
Yeah.
had a third option, like where you like hit down the middle
Oh,
or something
Oh,
like
like the
that,
sides or
Yeah, so
something?
like 3 things to keep
Yeah.
in mind, because we've only for the longest time it's only been like one or the other, I think.
Have we gotten anything like that?
It's usually binary where it's just 2 options.
Yeah.
You usually see that
Same
more in
thing.
like ultimates and stuff, but
Yeah.
Wormhole.
oh god, the original strats of that mechanic. My god.
Right?
I don't know anything about that.
Wormhole
for the
was
best.
fucking wild.
That's for the best.
Hardest mechanic in the
original
game for
strats
the
for that
longest
mechanic
time.
sucked ass.
Yeah, they did.
They were bad.
Oh my god! Talking about
I
strats and
literally,
stuff.
I literally had to have a note on my other monitor that had all
Uh-huh.
different 8 positions that you had to be in at any given moment.
Yeah,
You
it
had to,
was
you had to know
nuts.
every position, and there were 8 of them. There were
That
a couple
sounds
that were
awful.
there were a couple that were similar, but it was
Mhm.
fucked up. It was really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about strats and stuff though, for us, I have people that will ask me like, "Hey, what did y'all do for this? Do you have a strat?"
Yeah.
And I will go to our mechanic guesses where we keep things, and I'm just like, funny story about that. We have nothing. I have a
No,
picture.
you gotta send them like the dissertations that I post half the time.
I will do that sometimes. I have done that. But I've gotten to the point. I had a friend they were struggling with the ad phase for 6, right? And I was like, I can just
Oh my
send
God.
you my VOD. I got
We
you
have.
for that.
I forgot we did this. I pinned the fucking strat that I came up with for fucking P8 for the elemental thing. Oh, it's pinned. You can go to Mechanic Guesses. You'll find it. It's from 2022.
Oh goodness.
The elements in P8 in the second phase.
Oh yeah. Oh geez, that's so long.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
man.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
You have to literally scroll to see all of it. That was me going like fucking galaxy brain after raid, trying to come up with a strat.
I had
Yeah.
just joined by this point. That was when I came in.
Oh,
I
man.
read that and went, "What do you mean?"
me brain think too much.
When I joined y'all for P8, I hadn't even cleared the first. I hadn't cleared phase 1 of it. So y'all were already in high concept 2, and I'm like catching up by the skin of my teeth, trying my
Yeah.
damnedest,
Yeah.
looking at guide after guide, like, please tell me everything.
Oh, that does bring to mind something that I was thinking about. I have no courage to touch PF. Not because, like, okay, I mean this as nicely as possible, but I do not want to go in with my nest strats baked into my brain and try to learn PF. I am
Correct.
too scared.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm like, can you explain what you do? Funny about that. So I stand over there, and everyone goes over there for something.
I
don't know.
stand here, and then sometimes I go over there for some reason, and then sometimes over here.
Kenny.
I will say, I have liked what we did for this tier of nobody having cleared our second group. It's made things feel more cohesive, and I feel like a lot of the stress has been taken out of things. because when people know, it kind of reflects. I liked that we were all on the same page for almost the entirety of everything.
Yeah. I still get pretty anxious and stressed when there's like 3 different people that are shopping strats against each other, and I'm like, can we just
We're all
choose something
fighting.
and try it? Yeah, mom,
Fighting tooth
dad,
and nail,
other
like,
dad,
you,
please
my
stop
strat,
fighting.
yes. Even though we're all arguing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's always my favorite realization, when we're all talking about the exact same thing but in different ways. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about, you idiot?
I've been trying so hard to figure out like a way around it, and it's just you can't. It's just part of it. It just happens.
It's me. I'm the problem.
I was just like, when we were figuring out the first tether mechanic in M8, and then Raya was genuinely asking like, why are we doing this though? And I just threw up my hand. I was so frustrated. Like he wasn't challenging me, but that's how I took it, and I know he wasn't. Like I just look back on it, but I was just like, I was asked to. I did it. That's why. This is just an alternative way. I don't know. This is just this is so flustered. Like I don't know how to explain it. I just did it. It makes sense in my head, and the words won't come out.
I think sometimes it's just different learning styles too. Like
Yeah.
I cannot parse like verbal explanations almost at all.
God,
I
if only
need
there
to
was
see
some
something.
way to have a visual in game where we
Yeah.
could put a strat down. God, if only there was some fucking way.
It was also
Yeah.
me trying to figure out how to explain to Jesse how I'm looking at the arena all the time. It's just like, I
what?
said just do this. I'm like, I know, but my brain is looking at it this way. And it just... he jumps off
Probably
the
for
edge.
the
Literally,
the
just
rain.
look at it like this. It's not even that
Literally
hard.
just said.
Yeah.
My favorite thing / not favorite thing has been the fact that Kenny and I do the Protean Tank Buster things, the Revolutionary and Imminent Rain. How we do them via color
I almost
versus.
had a fucking mental breakdown. I actually almost fucking crashed out when we
I
wiped
need
one
you to
time.
know. He and I messaged, and we were like, "If we switch it, we're just gonna die more. There's literally nothing we can do."
I'm just sitting here like, God, if there's only some way placing 4 markers down in the exact orientation that would work for both of you to just go to 2 fucking spots.
And that's what we did. We split the arena, sort of.
It's literally the same thing as the healers.
It's the same, but
It's
fine.
literally the same.
Kenny in
I
chat,
really
thank God
hated
there's
it
no
'cause you were-
static ways.
yeah.
I'm actually gonna fucking kill him.
drag him into COD.
I was laughing I felt so bad because you were having such a genuine fucking crash out
I
about it.
was actually fucking mad. I need you to understand this. I was so
I know
fucking
you
pissed
were.
off when we started dying to it again. I was just like, I need this to stop. I'm gonna
But
lose
it wasn't my fault. It was Recon's fault. When Kenny came back, we were fine.
That is true. It's so funny how that
That
worked
is-
out too,
yeah.
though. 'Cause I was waiting. I was always like sitting there, like, oh, is it gonna happen?
Or the classic fucking me getting pissed off at Millennial Decay, and I think Drax said, "It's like, man, I'm really glad Jesse was the reason he died for that mechanic."
Yeah.
No, I said no, I didn't
When
say
it
the
wasn't even
reason.
my fault.
Yeah, no, it's that I'm glad you were the one that died after like we got a talking to. You're just like, we need to get through this, and then you just got murked by Hans's
wasn't even my fault.
AOE like 3 feet away. I know, but like, if it happens to you, you can see what went wrong. Where if it happens
Yeah.
to somebody else, you're immediately pissed off at that person, and then they have to explain what happened. Where we just cut out that middleman. It's just, you saw what happened. Okay, cool, we can move on.
I need you to know, in that same vein, when we were doing Uhu, when Raya died to something with you, Drac, your first comment as we loaded back in was, "I'm so glad Raya died with me there because, god damn it."
Yeah, no, he's got the same
Now you
voice.
can't say anything.
Yeah, no, I don't want to say too much without him being here, but it's like we've got the same voice in our heads. We just deal with it a little bit differently. But so I hear my voice talk trash in his voice as soon as something happens. I'm like, oh, I know that motherfucker. I know he's thinking that right now. I know he wants to rip me. There's one thing in Necron where I just kind of zone out, and I ended up like clicking and killing only him, and he'd been like correcting me, like, hey, move over here, this thing's coming. I'm like, oh, sorry. So I killed him again. He goes, I'm gonna start making fun of you if you stop, if you kill me one more time.
This is a threat.
I'm just like, please don't, I'm fragile. And it's like, I know, and I'm going to break you.
I'm going to call my mother.
Oh my god.
He was
Neil,
so
what was
mad.
the thing Neil said? Gonna fucking open your nuts.
Yeah, rip open my
Doritos.
nutsack like a bag of Doritos.
In 4, that was so good.
Also, Raya revealing that he didn't know that I was in chat when he mentioned or when he made the pot shot that I was late, even though I was in the party. I just wasn't in Discord. He's just like, I just agreed with it because Jesse said it, but I thought you were gone. I was like, so I know that he'll always talk trash, but if he gets hit, he won't say anything. So as soon as he dies, I'm like, good, I'm scot-free. He's not gonna be looking down his nose at really again.
Oh, the ribbing.
It tightened jails too. It was just a
Years of
Titan
friendship.
jails. Oh my god.
yeah.
I'll never get over that pull that I saved it with guessing that I was gonna get the middle
Just
one.
randomly
That
threw
was
yourself
so
at
good.
it.
It's just that every tier I have to have the exact same thing happen, where it's like, okay, I'm struggling here. I know he's not gonna. He's gonna want to say something, but there's going to be a mechanic where he struggles too, and then that should take the edge. So anytime he gives me crap, I'll just be like, "What about this?" And goes, "Yeah, I guess." But it happens.
Right.
Hard reset every single tier. I have to wait for him to struggle on something before I get to struggle on something. As far
I
as,
still go ahead.
no,
go ahead.
you. I'll do it later.
I'm just commenting. I could not do any of this without y'all because I still don't understand half of the mechanics in some of these fights. Like
Yeah.
4 specifically, the second half. I just listened to orders. I followed orders. That was it.
Lemming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we go blind, so like in another group, you'd have like a pre-made strat that like the community has kind of agreed upon.
If you're-
Hopefully.
If you're in another group with like pre-made strats, it's so fast to clear with strats done already.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how fast you can get through things. But like doing everything blind and then us trying to come up with something and all that. And as someone who was the knowledgeable one that used to look up things and was in another group that had already been ahead, trying not to allude to anything is kind of difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just hard. Like you have knowledge and that's just kind of it. The only thing that's kind of difficult with that is like being aware of like what strat you're trying to do, you know? So it's like I have to be aware this is what we're doing. I cannot do the other thing. You know what I mean? Like you're so used to the other strat that you have to force yourself to be hyper aware of like I need to do it the way they want me to try it at, right? Like try it like the mechanic
Even
has,
if you
and
know
then-
it's not gonna work.
yeah, you just have to do it. It's hard. It's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
And make it look like
It
you know
is.
what you're doing with their strat and things like that. Even if it is the correct answer, you know what I mean? Like you can't it's hard to like allude to that a lot of the time.
I've been having a good time with everybody being blind. It's been a really
This is
good,
So fun.
really
I
good
only look up
experience
things when I
in
get
my life.
mad.
Yeah, which is fine. That's totally okay because that's otherwise it just kind of people hit the
was
breaking
going
points
to-
at different parts.
I was gonna have a full psychotic breakdown if I didn't look up the ads by the time I did
Yeah.
look it up. I was
Yeah,
like
that
fucking
made
losing it.
perfect
It's like
sense.
we've tried fucking everything. What's the answer? And I looked it up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
As it usually
Came into
is.
chat.
It
Like,
just
we
would have
had
been
the
so
damn
much
thing.
worse if we had somebody in there already being like, I don't know, maybe. And you like mention a possible strat, and they're like, "Oh, that sounds good."
see, that's
Or,
the thing that's like hard to do when you know what
Yeah.
what the answer is. Like it's so hard to not sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like because there was like so many tiers where I had a second group and like I was already like ahead for so many things. And I'm like, I'm trying not to allude to the thing, but I'm also just doing a terrible job at it. And it's
You've come a long way from. Oh, where are you? You fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, you
you
effed up.
fucked up.
yes.
What
That
do you
was
mean?
a long time ago.
You
That
fucked
was
it
when,
up.
I mean, that was when I was like looking at like actual strats and shit, like
Yeah.
knowing what was supposed to be done.
Back when you had your tactics images.
Yeah. No, it was Final Fantasy 3.
Oh, that was
Yep.
3, right?
Yeah,
It
it
looks
was 3.
similar art style.
Yes, it was. As far as what we'll be doing next for, I think we'll go into T if we're gonna do another ultimate, but I need some time. I need to keep working on my game.
I could
Do
use a
not want to
break
do
too,
shit
yeah.
until the next tier. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
That's
I
fine
don't
with
wanna
me
do anything.
too. I'm okay because ultimates wear me down a lot. I don't personally enjoy them very much. I enjoy doing things with people, but at this one I'm like I don't need the content. I just
I think the big thing that I did enjoy about Ultimate was that like it's a nice change of pace because we're not trying to figure everything out and we actually get to just like follow a strat and just focus on execution.
Yeah.
I actually do enjoy that. I'm not opposed to blind, but I do think that it's nice to change it up every now and then with like oh yeah, we know what we're supposed to do here. It's just a matter of performing.
It takes off like so much pressure too, because like so many strats for like the older Ultimates have been like refined so well now. Because like
Yeah.
UCOB was like basically a fucking joke, other than like maybe a few things with Bahamut and the ad phase at the very end being very stressful.
Heaven's
But
Fall.
like,
I love
I mean,
Heaven's
Heaven's
Fall.
Fall is also not like a strat problem. That's just a good luck, get the right tower
Yeah.
forehead moment. But like a lot of it was like very quick. Like we very quickly got through Twintania, we very quickly got through Nail, and like got it really clean. And like Ultimates can go a lot faster because we have so many easier strats to use now. I think a lot of the T strats now are like stupid easy for like Wormhole. It's like not even close
Yeah,
to
they
what
are.
it used to be.
I think for Ultimates, for UCOB, what stressed me out was doing our regular raid hours. I don't know. It felt too much, so I found myself getting stretched thin very quickly. It was one of those things like maybe if we were to do something like that, still do our 3 days, but take an hour off and go out a little later if we felt like the need to, that type thing. Because on Tuesdays when we did our 2 hours, it felt good. But by the time we got to Thursday, I was so worn out with the fight. I was so tired.
You're talking about UCOB? Yeah. I mean, it can feel that way, especially if there's like a day where we're just dying to fucking like Feather Rain or fucking Ifrit and something like the early phase. It just fucking feels bad.
Oh yeah,
They
that
would always
does.
hit us on Thursdays. Because Wednesdays we'd have prog, and then we're like, all right, cool, Thursday we'd line it up. But then we would end up calling it, honestly, after 2 hours almost all the time, simply because we were so stressed and nobody was having a good time anymore.
Yeah. That does call to attention something that we also changed this expansion. That is the 3 raid days instead of 2.
That helped
Yeah.
so much with Prague. I'm gonna be real
Yeah,
with you.
I'm
love it.
inclined to agree. It's this last tier, it was starting to wear on me, I will say.
We also struggled really hard to get through 8. I'm gonna be real. That took us a while to get through.
Yeah.
But we also had a lot of like weeks where people were missing, and
That
Yeah,
was
that's
my
true.
biggest
there was
issue.
there was
people
there was
missing,
just a bunch of other things.
having
Yeah,
to find reps and then
it
kind of reprog every time.
yeah, it doesn't help, but it's still like something to kind of keep it fresh in your mind. But like,
Yeah.
it's I think the problem and the reason why a lot of this tier was more stressful, because there was a lot of moments where I think myself I got very frustrated with, mostly because it felt like it was taking longer than it should have, because I know how good we are at this game at this point. But the problem is, I think it's the perspective shift from last tier where we fucking slammed that shit in like a month.
Yeah, just smoked
Yeah, we
it.
did.
Just fucking steamrolled through the whole thing, and then we went through fucking UCOB in like 2 months with strats, and we finally got to the final phase for the second time and just fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Like
Can't believe that too.
Once.
we were
it
we
was-
were on a high.
it was so fast, and like we knew what we were doing, and we were like fucking going through it, and then it was just like, all right, here's the next tier, and then Dancing Green was like, bitch.
Sit down. Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that like, the 3 days are fine for me, but like once it's been like a few months, is where it starts to like wear down on me.
A lot of that really just depends on how fast we get through the fights, though. Like,
Yeah.
it's so dependent on, can we figure this out fast enough, and can we be consistent enough to just get it done?
And it's the same thing with doing UCOB too. It's because we were on just 8 for like those 3 days, and it was so frustrating because every
Yeah,
day
we were
was
on
just
8
the
for
same
a
fucking
very
thing.
long time, yeah.
Yeah, and so it gets like, man, I just don't want to be here right now. Let me.
Yeah. It's,
And then you start making those silly errors, and everyone starts doing it, and then you just get fucking annoyed. And,
the
oh.
other reason is because it's like the spike in difficulty again. Like, mechanically, it was much harder than the last tier, and the DPS checks, holy mother of God, it was like night and day from last tier to now. How much
Yeah.
harder the DPS check was.
I think we're properly humbled now, and just
Yeah.
going into the
Yeah.
next tier is going to be the hardest one. Well, if they scale properly, right? So
It might
Yeah.
be if they keep up the difficulty from this tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll at least go into it with a bit more realistic expectations and hopefully be able to tackle things. What I wanted to touch on, like I did at the beginning, was just how we've refined our strat building process and how quickly we get through things now. Just like even just relatively, we spend less time arguing. We just make sure that everybody understands where they're going. I think that's where most of the discussion is. But other than that, it's like we've already seen most of the mechanic combinations, and they haven't done too much new. We know proximity, we know light parties, we know buddies, we know roles, and all this stuff. So it's still so funny how many people get thrown off by that Griefing Way video. Why aren't you splitting the light parties and left and right? It doesn't work like that.
I think one thing that we should try to do as well, that I think helped a lot for 8 at the very end, was the putting markers down and kind of running through a lap or two of it.
No, that's
right?
been great. Yeah.
I think really helps people.
I enjoyed it.
But definitely this tier, especially the start, was very humbling. It was just like, oh, this is actually kind of fucking hard. Oh my god.
I actually think that the tuning on the DPS checks, like, maybe this is a controversial take, but I actually thought they were like perfect.
I agree.
I think they were fine. I think 7 might have been like a little much, like a teeny bit more than it maybe needed to be.
Yeah.
But also like 8's discrepancy from the first phase to the second phase.
Yeah, that was weird.
That just kind of felt a little off. But I kind of understand it. I forget who I talked to recently about it, but it was like the reason it was that way was because if the second phase also had a hard DPS check, it would just feel really fucking bad. You know what I mean?
Really,
having to go through something, because they front loaded the challenge basically with M8, which is fine. If they're not going to give us a checkpoint, that's where I felt better about that. Because then it's just like we get to have fun with these mechanics. It's a lot less stressful in the DPS check. We can kind of screw up, but even then the mechanics aren't particularly that bad to begin with, to deal with. So it was a good victory lap for me.
It was a good middle ground, kind of.
Yeah.
So it would either be
really
it's either the first phase be easy as the second phase. Like if they swapped the difficulty, that would have been fine too. But having both be really tight, it just been, I would have gotten burned out.
That would have been ultimate.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I stand by no door boss. Please, God, please don't do it.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
God, please.
Shit, I lost my train of thought.
Oh,
Lost
no.
the thought. Yeah.
We'll find it.
I like that this wasn't. I found it. Don't worry. I like that everybody always says that the second tier is the cursed tier. This one didn't feel like that.
Yes, it did not have the second tier curse.
I think
mostly.
they broke it.
I think 8 kind of had it a little bit, but most of the tier was very good by comparison to like every other previous second tier.
M8
a lot
was
of
so
people
much better
complain
than P8.
Oh yeah.
So
I hate 8, but fucking P8. Oh my goodness.
I liked B8 simply because I came in after y'all already learned everything, and I just had to fill in the blanks. Basically,
What was before P8, Drac? Do you know?
static. I'm still getting a lot of static.
I'm blacking out.
I want to
I
say that we there was a tree somewhere, and then Corey killed a few people, and
Oh no, I'm not talking about that.
Lovecraft.
are you talking about 4?
I'm talking about the expansion before that one, before
Oh.
P8.
Oh, what was that? E8?
Oh.
Shiva?
Oh, you mean where is it?
Eden version. Why are you the way that you are?
Oh, he's server muted now. Oh my god, I'm free.
Oh my goodness. That's what you meant. Yeah, no.
I
I
never
love
cleared that final
16-minute
content.
fight of nothing.
That's one fight where I was just like, if I hear "but my uptime" one more time after we wipe light rampant, I'm going to reach through the screen and strangle you. I was so sick of it. I was so mad. I don't know. I think that's when Tate got revenge on me because I made fun of him for something before that, and then he's just like, "You're finally getting the PTSD from lights rampant that I had from this other thing. You were such a dick about it. I'm like, I probably was.
The FC I was in at that time had 2 different groups. My group barely pulled through, but the other group didn't really get past light rampant, and it was like, holy shit, dude.
That was my first tier rating, right? Was Evil
Oh,
first.
I am
My
sorry.
condolences.
Right? And I was in 2 groups, main tanking on both groups with different tanks. I was a Gunbreaker and a Dark Knight. And it was literal hell. Because also during that year, I broke my back again, had 2 major back surgeries. I just didn't have a good I didn't have a good time.
That
See,
shit made me quit the game.
See, I'm weird in that I like E8,
Wrong.
but
False.
Moving on.
but I also think that, oh my god, some of those mechanics belonged in an ultimate, not in a savage. Holy shit. I needed to chill the fuck out. I remember watching the world race and being like, wow, like usually they're done by now, but they're still going.
Yeah, that also had the most traumatic moment of Raya's 14 career where we were just like, yeah, we got it, let's coast, and then 1% wipe.
Oh no, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't forgiven us for that.
No, he still brings it up.
I mean, he
Yes.
brought it up in 8.
Yep.
Only a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's just
Pretty
like,
sure he brought that up. It's
I
like,
never
I
stopped
never
hitting
trusted
buttons.
anymore.
Yep. We
Might have been 8 or 7. I don't remember.
It was 8 because it was like 3 people had checked out of 8 because we had like 3 deaths, and it was like, this probably isn't going to be it. But
Oh,
me and
our clear. I fucking gave up, brother. I was dead and then died again. I was like, we're fucked, dude.
I was going to shake you. I was like, please, we
I
can
was
still
just
do
hanging
this.
on.
I
was
like
hanging on for dear
when
life.
I got rezzed again, I kept hitting the boss. I was like, okay, I'll humor you. We'll see if we get it or not. And we killed him. Like, huh?
Yeah. It was wild because that was a healer LB3 moment, I think, as well.
Yeah.
It was.
So, real quick, I'm gonna let both chats know that the M8S Savage, redundant, Director's Cut, 2 hours long, is up on Patreon right now. I put that link in the chats. You don't have to subscribe to the Patreon. I have it available for $5 if you guys want to support the channel. Just because on average I pay about $10 per minute of editing to get the words or the transcription, subtitles, and the avatars in there to help me, which I'm going to be assisting in that, so I don't have to pay quite as much. But it is a pricey endeavor, so if you guys want to participate without the subscription, just get that. You don't get access to the playlist, which is why it's a little bit less. But yeah, you can one-time support that, get 2 hours of content, and I'm going to be hard at work at that for the next month or two. It's going to be a long endeavor, but thank you guys for letting me take my time on that. Just want to make sure before people start filtering out when we end.
When we outro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just read that. I can't believe Shiva put a titanium rod in King's back.
Damn.
2 of them, in fact.
All right.
Get the truck.
Mark,
Drive it in
go ahead
my
and
car.
plug your
Oh,
album.
you want me to do a plug?
Yeah, do it right now
Yeah.
while we're before people
Ah,
get
hell
away.
yeah. Right. So, for those who are unaware, I have got a music album that is coming out this Saturday. It is a 24-track soundtrack-esque album. It is basically meant as kind of a think of it like, what if I did a expansion soundtrack? It's not specifically Final Fantasy XIV music, but it is extremely inspired by it. And it's got zone themes, it's got dungeon themes, it's got boss themes, the whole works. It's got a big main theme that's coming out this Saturday that features actually a singer named Aria. You guys might have seen her around. She's done a number of covers in the 14 community. Very, very excited to release this. This is all music I've been working on over the last 5 or 6 years. It is a massive collection of music, and I cannot wait to share it with everyone. So if you want to keep an eye out for that, you can follow me on Twitter at Marcado Sound. I will be posting about it there when it goes live, and you'll be able to purchase the album either from my Ko-fi page, or you'll be able to access it via pretty much every streaming service that is out there: YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify. It'll all be available this weekend by noon PST. So keep an eye out for that. I would greatly appreciate the support. It's a lot of music, and I am so glad that everyone's finally going to get to hear it. So,
And everybody who's not aware, you might recognize that name that he just said at the end of all the video credits. He's been the one who's been making our outro music since Heaven's Word. So that remix bop of the Dawn Trail theme, all Mark here. So you'll get even more of that in this album.
I also did the instrumental track for the Nestmas parody, as well as the what's this?
And you did my Call to Ascension music.
Yes, and I also did Call to Ascension. So I write all sorts of music, particularly inspired though by the works of Masayoshi Soken. So
Augers.
It's all very, very good.
Yeah.
it's a lot of music.
I've sat in on his process and everything several times. It's always enjoyable.
Yeah,
I got to hear the snippets that you posted. They're very good.
Yeah, that's only 4 of the tracks too. There's a lot more. There are, I think, 8 or 9 dungeon themes in that album. So there's a lot, and those are like my favorite to write. So hope you guys enjoy them.
How about you guys give your socials, your streams? Mark
my
already
social security
did.
number is.
But,
go ahead, Keaton.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry.
Your
Go ahead.
socials.
It's your turn. Go.
Your,
now.
your stream, your Twitter page, your whatever you want people to follow you on.
It was already posted, so I was like, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Oh, you put it in chat?
It's my
Damn, she
Twitch.
posted it in chat. Holy fuck.
I did.
Sorry,
Make it
podcast
easy on-
listeners. If you can't,
That's crazy.
If you can't read with your ears,
I'm going to say it as well. Mostly on Twitter and everything else, I am just Keaton_Kit, and it's KEATON_KIHT, because Kit has to be spelled funky. But that's my handle for everything.
Everything.
Yep, universal. Make it nice and easy. Me specifically.
And Jesse, will end on you.
Okay. My socials are a little bit weird, but for Twitch, I stream a lot of the time just variety stuff, and even our raids when we're doing things with Nest. It's twitch.tv/Zoltan. For Twitter, it is at Zephiasen. It's my last name for my character. Because I think at Zoltan was taken. Very annoying. Have not changed that since. But for Blue Sky, it's just at Zoltan. .bluesky.social, I think. I forget exactly how they do their thing, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you all know me, so that's that. Thank you all for joining me this time. We might have some other Nest members at some point. We didn't want it to get too crowded. Other people were just like, let me know if you already got some bodies in there, so I didn't want to like start talking over each other and stuff, because that's already something that you'll hear in the raids that can be an issue sometimes. But thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate you. And we will be back next week for more Reclear stuff, unless somebody else has something going on. But yeah, thanks for joining, everybody. Remember to check out that M8S Director's Cut, support the channel, gamer subs code NEST, and that's about it.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.